friends, this is Miss Jennifer from EVPL North Park, and today I've got a fun science experiment for you to do with stuff that you might have in your kitchen, and we're going to be making plastic milk. So what we need is a cup of milk warmed up. I put mine in the microwave for about a minute. I thought a minute and a half was a little too long, so just warm that up with a parent. Make sure it's not boiling. We need a teaspoon. We need some white vinegar, a strainer, and a bowl. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this vinegar and put 4 teaspoons into our warm milk. This does get a little smelly, so hold your noses. All right, 4, and then we're just going to stir it. And we're going to stir it for about a minute. And you might see that it's kind of starting to get a little gloopy. I don't know if you can tell there, but it looks a little bit like cottage cheese, which is kind of accurate because what we're actually making is casein, and that comes from the Latin word meaning cheese. And it happens when the proteins in the milk meets the acid in the vinegar, and the casein doesn't mix in the milk. It doesn't mix with the acid, so it forms these little blobs. All right, so now that we've got that good and mixed up, you can kind of see it floating to the bottom a little bit. My light's terrible in here, so I'm sorry, folks. And then we're gonna just strain it into our little strainer. And so we've got all these, a ton of fun looking chunks here. But what we can do is gather it up, kind of squeeze out the excess water, maybe not water, but excess milk and vinegar mixture. And we've got this fun little pliable, moldable form. And then you can mold it and play with it, make whatever shape you want. This is art and science mixed. Think of it as like some clay. I'm gonna make a little, I think I might try to make a little snowman out of mine. It's not super easy to work with, but it's got a fun texture and it's still a little bit warm. And I love that. So, all right, we've got this little snowman guy, and then you can let that dry overnight and it'll be a solid object. Here's the one that I made earlier. It's just a little heart, something just a little cute to do. And then after that, all you have to do is clean up. It's super easy, super fun. This was a demonstration, but how can you make this an experiment? Maybe try with different types of milk. So I used skim milk and had quite a good amount of this casein that came out of it. And like I said, I warmed it for about a minute in the microwave, but with this one, I warmed the milk for a minute and a half, and it didn't have as much, it kind of boiled a little bit and didn't produce as much casein. So I wonder if I used whole milk or buttermilk, 2% milk, almond milk, soy milk. There's so many different kinds of milks that you can use to see what might make different amounts. You could use more or less vinegar. What happens if we use 3 teaspoons instead of 4, or 5 instead of 4? Something like that. More or less milk, different kinds of vinegar. If you don't have just this white distilled vinegar, then what about apple cider vinegar? Will that produce the same thing? The heat of the milk, which I kind of showed you already, like this is a good amount at a minute, and then when I did a minute and a half, I produced far less product, and that So let us know what you created, what materials you used, and let us know, let us see what you did. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for letting me do some experiments with you, and I hope you have a great day. See ya!